Hello there.
It has been just over a week, ladies and gentlemen, since I uploaded my first reaction to episode 1 of Better Call Saul, and here I am right now recording episode 9. I think this is a pretty good feat, ladies and gentlemen. I think I have done okay. Obviously, if I wasn't recording or didn't have a YouTube channel, I probably would have binge watched this season in probably one day on a Saturday or Sunday. But since we are recording and editing and uploading and things like that, we gotta let the episodes digest on the channel. We gotta let the comment section say their piece. So yeah, I'm already up to episode 9 in terms of recording, and hopefully this will be uploaded soon. My name is Elie Moses, a 23-year-old law shooter here for Sydney, Australia, shooting his shot, baby. And yes, we are up to episode 9 of Better Call Saul Season 1 today. I don't even know what it's titled yet. I haven't even looked at the web browser. I'm just recording the intro. One take, baby. Smashed it out. Let's smash out this reaction now. Let's go. This one titled Pimento. Yet again. Ends with an O every episode of the season, besides Alpine Shepherd Boy, as you guys mentioned in that reaction. Thank you. Yeah, this man has a lot of explaining to do. Because I literally just uploaded episode 6 yesterday, and, you know, some in the comment section were discussing Chuck's condition, and it might be sort of like a mental illness. However, try and stay away from spoilers about certain character arcs and character sort of believing what they think. Let me just try and guess for myself, and hopefully the show will reveal it. But if it's not too spoiler, you guys should be fine, don't worry. But yeah, I think it's some sort of mental illness from Chuck. Like, he chooses to believe it when he wants to, I think. I don't know.
Worry about that.
There's been signals of that throughout the entire show.
Look at the grass.
If I were Schweikert and Coakley, I'd seek a restraining order. Turn this into a civil harassment issue.
Schweikert and Coakley can come after me with the restraining order or anything else they got. I'll be ready.
Confidence is good. Facts on your side, better. Know what you're walking into.
Facts.
I got her all her shots. Healthy gums, and then no worms, no fleas.
The girl that doesn't age, Kaylee.
I'll kick her butt myself.
Yeah, it's just a dog.
Hey, it's good to have a dog around. Bad guys think twice about breaking into a house with a dog.
Yeah, I bet that one's gonna keep a lot of burglars away.
It's just a thought.
Oh yeah, he got
you
it from
can
the pet hound.
Keep her over at my
Or the
place.
vet.
Kaylee can visit her anytime she wants. What's that?
The dog can stay here.
Shout out
You
to
sure?
the dog.
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
I hope the dog has a good name. Come on. If the dog doesn't have a name, we give it a name in the comment section.
Semantics.
It's well within Sandpiper Crossing's rights. The building is private property.
Paid for by the residents.
But managed by licensed health aid professionals.
Okay, one at a time, gentlemen. Mr. Schweikert.
I'm guessing this is like the pre-trial conference or hearing.
These assisted living residents have a daily routine that they're used to. And Mr. McGill, who is very loud and flamboyant, is a disturbance to these routines. Residents who want to see a lawyer, free to leave whenever they want.
Leave whenever they want. We're talking about elderly and infirm people here. The most common phrase in this place, I've fallen and I can't get up.
There's phone consultations, there's mail and messenger services. There's plenty of other ways to confer with clients. But for residents who don't want to be afflicted with Mr. McGill's presence, this becomes an issue of civil harassment.
Wow, you are stretching that definition to its limit. And FYI, old people adore me.
Okay, I've heard enough. I have enough here to let me rule on this restraining order.
Yeah. Don't worry, Chuck. It's not smoke you smell. That's me. No big deal. Just hit it head on.
Jimmy.
Prioritize the most important stuff first. Or is it better to deal with the easy stuff? You know, get that off the decks. And you tell me, Chuck. I mean, you just point to a box. We can do this.
Jimmy, we need to talk.
Chuck?
Sit down, won't you?
No, I'm good.
You gotta, I think maybe Chuck is taking into consideration a potential for another settlement here, and things might like not go as Jimmy plans at the moment, because you gotta, I love the distinction between the two at the moment, and how well Jimmy is motivated to take on this case and potentially succeed, especially with the help of Chuck. I think he really, really loves that. He's really, really, you know, probably much more well driven that Chuck is on his side helping him with this case. It's brotherly love. Hey, it's brothers in arms going to war, baby. But yet again, I think Chuck might be potentially having second thoughts, and he might begin to weigh down Jimmy in a way, because they're such polar opposites in terms of their personality, I guess. And I think he might begin to weigh him down, or it might lead to a sort of like conflict between the two, in terms of like Jimmy will be like Thanos and be like, fine, I'll do it myself. Like, he might do that. But yeah, I'm really loving the dynamic between the two, and yeah, that's just part of the job. If you want to go to trial, obviously the case is gonna, the other side's gonna do everything in their power to make it as hard as possible for you. And Schweiker and Coakley obviously doing everything they can right here to possibly force a settlement, an early settlement, and obviously get a much lower fee than the 20 million Chuck was indicating, because I said last episode that they clearly got a lot of money in the bank to be offering 100K up front like that for settlement. And yeah.
I know you're not going to like what I have to say next, but facts are facts. And what we're facing here, a case this size, it is not a two-man job. We need help.
No.
And for the good of the clients, we need to refer this
Don't
case...
say it. Don't say...
Refer it out to HHM.
Damn it, Chuck, no. Come on.
And there's no shame in that.
This is our case.
Yes, it's ours, and the task ahead is monumental. Could we do it alone?
Yes.
Could two men alone build the Brooklyn Bridge? Maybe, but...
Two men took the ring to Mordor in Lord of the Rings. Shut up, Chuck.
It would take forever.
And Gollum.
Just how long do you think the residents of Sandpiper Crossing have? Referring this case to HHM is for the good of the client.
Listen, Chuck is probably right here.
Today, against the restraining order. Judge was never going to grant that. Schweikert is throwing softballs. And he's going to keep on throwing them over and over, and we'll be so busy swatting them away, we'll never spend any time on the actual case. This case will span years, and we don't have the capital to carry it forward by ourselves. We simply don't.
I hate to pause here, but yeah, Chuck completely is right here. I backtrack on what I said before. I know it's probably going to be a massive ego hit for Jimmy right here, obviously having to ask Hamlin for help or ask for their resources, but it is the right situation in this case. But at the same time, if they do win the case, all the good publicity is going to go to HH&M, and it might drown Jimmy from getting any of the good publicity. And knowing Hamlin, he'll probably do that and be the face of it, if that makes sense. But obviously, at the same time, the resources HH&M have are much more greater than just Chuck's house.
Fine.
So?
You have to suck it up.
The case goes to HHM?
Hail Satan. I submit to the dark side.
For now.
I'll call Kim and arrange a meeting.
All right. Good, Jimmy. Thank you. I know you'll come to see that it's for the best.
I guess I'll have to get an office right next to yours. Finally out of the mailroom, huh?
Yay! I don't know. I feel like Chuck is right here, but at the same time, I don't know if the show's doing it to make us, like, not dislike Chuck, but I don't know. The characters are well written in this show. The performances are great. I'm really sus on Chuck. I'm just really sus on the guy. Feel like he's got an ego, a massive ego. The Breaking Bad universe is all about egos. Like, this is such a mental thing, man. I mean, he was just fine a couple hours ago.
Yes, hello. No, it's me.
For the sake of this show, please tell me he called Kim and not Hamlin. Why do I recognize this big show ass looking motherfucker?
Think so.
That guy gotta be at least 7 foot. Damn! It didn't even fit in the frame. 16 by 9 ain't enough.
It's a protection job, civilian. Guys as green as they come, but we'll be in there to make sure things fly right.
This guy looks like, what's the guy in GTA 5? Trevor. He looks like Trevor. It might be the same.
We've been doing this long.
Sounds
I
like
just
him as
assume
well.
We're all heavy hitters, and it makes sense. The vet recommends the best of the best. Dealing with some of these ethnic types, blood tends to run a little hotter. That's just science. So, what you packing?
A pimento.
Sorry, what?
Pimento sandwich.
That's funny. Pimento. No, I mean, what are you carrying? You know, a piece? What's the make?
Pimento is a cheese. They call it the caviar of the South.
Look, you don't want to tell me what you're carrying, so be it, but you don't have to be a douche about it.
Just told you what I'm carrying.
You have a gun?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, he's got a gun. I got at least 2 guns on me that I'll tell you about. I go old school, the Wilson Combat 1911. I got a Glock 22 Gen 3. And those are just the ones I'll tell you about. I mean, what the hell?
Man's got more than 2 on him.
I did not pack a gun.
Hi, hello. My name is Price. Actually, that's not my name, but I have a nephew named Price. I've always kind of liked that name. Anyway, we're not dealing with names today. You can tell me or not tell me yours, or a fake one is fine. If I need to talk to you, I'd prefer something other than, hey, you.
Now, this guy looks like Lester from GTA 5. What's with the GTA 5 look like?
Either way, you all come highly recommended, so thank you. First order of business, we have a long drive ahead of us. I have a cooler of water in the car, some soft drinks. I don't drink coffee, but there is a diner on the corner. Also a bathroom in there in case you need to go before we go. Second order, money. Yeah.
How about you give me and Man Mountain $750 each and send Uncle Fester there home? He's not carrying a gun. He's useless.
Is that true? You didn't bring a gun?
I didn't think I'd need one.
It's a protection job.
It's like showing up for an
You need a gun to protect your employer. I mean, duh. You're dead weight. He's just a third wheel without a piece.
I'll tell you what. If I need a gun, I'll use one of his.
Really? One of my guns? How do you picture that happening exactly?
Well, I guess I'm gonna take it from you. You can make it not so easy.
He's a good pickpocket. We saw him take the notepad.
You got it.
Come on. Equalizer his ass. Yeah, Denzel Washington style. Woo!
Son of a...
Okay. Let's see what you got.
That gotta hurt.
Yeah.
That's the 911.
A guy like you.
That's the 1911.
You'd have an ankle holster, wouldn't you? That's cute. What else? Wow.
Woo! Is that a
That's
deagle?
impressive.
My guy's carrying the whole ammunition on him.
One to use.
What's with the whole GTA 5
How about
wrestlers?
You want one?
Oh man, now we got Big Show running away. Come on, man.
All right. Oh.
Is this the same car park that was it the episode before Face Off, I believe. I can't remember what it was called in Breaking Bad, but is this the same car park in which Gus came and then Walt was looking over at one of the buildings and I think he saw the reflection in his glasses or from his glasses? That's why he went away. I think this is the same car park, right? Not sure if it's the same level of the car park, but
Let's go.
But we need 3 guys.
No, we
and I'm
don't.
guessing that's one of the
Come on,
buildings
let's
in the
go.
background. No, Mike's the only protection you need.
And now that I'm doing the job alone, I get the full 1,500. We agree upon that?
Sure.
That gotta hurt. That gotta hurt. He got pistol whipped in the neck.
You got this, okay? No problem. Well, you look good. Can't even tell that's under there.
It was a good idea.
Okay. Looking good. Just going for a little ride.
I hope we get to see the backstory or like the first time Chuck sort of had the EMF breakdown. I really want to see it happen because it might be, like I'm guessing, a mental thing, and it might be sort of like maybe an exit strategy he uses when he's under pressure. It might have been he somehow got to like boiling point with a case or something along those lines. It reached tipping point and he couldn't handle the stress no more, so he used that sort of situation as an exit strategy, and since then it's become this sort of like mental barrier. I hope he looks at his call history.
I must have left my stupid phone on last night. It's dead.
Well, could you put it in the trunk?
Yeah.
He warned Hamlin they were coming, probably. Is that really necessary?
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, shut it down.
Okay, you got it.
Man, that's not... No, I wouldn't shut down the law firm security for one person. Are they serious? Oh my gosh. They going John Wick 3 on this. They're turning all the lights off. I mean, it tells you a lot about the reputation of the man if they're doing this for him and how much he probably means to the company.
Okay, we're walking. Walking in, Chuck.
Whoa. Whoa, that's a lot of extras. Yo, the glazing is real here. The glazing is real from Hamlin. Stop sucking up, man. Get down from...
See you, my friend.
Get up from your
You
knees.
didn't need to do all of this.
Oh, I couldn't have stopped him if I'd wanted to. Come on, let's get you upstairs.
Sure. Hey, Francis. Brenda.
To date, we have 68 very
Shout out to Kim. Shout out to Kim.
signed to the class action with the hopes of raising that number to 350 or more.
Many more, now that we know Sandpiper has facilities in 5 states.
Fraud, unfair and deceptive trade practices, and racketeering. Francis, start putting together teams to travel out of state, talk to these residents. Pair some force with our best second years. Laura will take care of the travel arrangements. Kim, Daniel, take the list of clients Jimmy signed. Introduce yourself as the face of HHM. Make them feel secure and confident.
Hey, Howard,
See-
I'm glad you're all excited, but
See, before Jimmy says his thing, remember I was talking before about this case now becoming it's HH&M's case now. So the case, it's all about the face of HH&M. It's all about their reputation and things like that. And similar to like we saw in the beginning of that scene where Chuck entered the room, or Chuck entered sort of the lobby, we saw how Jimmy was drowned out and reduced to basically the mailman again. And shout out to Kim for standing by and staying back and helping them out. Those two are an unstoppable duo and I love them. I love them. But yet again, Chuck is right in terms of the resources, and you just get an indication here about how easier this case may be with HH&M running it. But at the same time, we know sort of the motives behind HH&M, and sort of like now you see Chuck here, how open he is. He's smiling, he's looking at Jimmy, and he's sort of like welcomed home here, and he might have sort of like this allegiance to HH&M that, you know, might throw a few curveballs in the series, because remember with the interview with Shakelman? I keep forgetting his name. Remember with that when the first sort of like negotiation at Chuck's home, how sort of reserved and quiet he was and not that expressive. Now that is that HH&M, it's changed.
Can we slow down a second and discuss terms, maybe?
Of course. Kind of shot out of a cannon with this case. It's exciting stuff you have here.
Hey, I get it.
Look, Chuck is already an equity partner. You, as the lawyer who brought this case to the firm, we could guarantee you, say, 20% of the common fund share of the final settlement.
That will work.
That's a few years down the road. As for money for you now, we don't do referral fees. Chuck will agree, HHM doesn't view that as ethical.
As we discussed.
But what we could do is arrange an of-counsel fee for the time that you've already put in, time that you spent building the case. I think we could go as high as 20,000.
That, too, will work.
That's not bad.
Great.
But like,
give us an official invoice, and I'll have Helen cut you a check.
Oh, got it right here.
What's the angle here?
I'd like
What's
to
the
use
angle?
312 as an office, right next to Chuck's.
I'm sorry?
312. I know it's got that view that the clients love, but you know what? That's a waste of space. The waiting area by the kitchen is just as good. Well, come on, guys. I'm going to need an office.
Are they going to give him the room where Kim
Can I
was
have a room?
before?
Everybody, please, just give us a few.
You just know when freaking Hamlin says, when he says, "Can I have the room,
Howard,
please?"
when the
You
room's
just
clear.
know it's not going to end well.
Chuck, the case is all we want.
See? That's bullshit from Chuck. As if it... Bro, that reaction... Oh, as if he didn't see this coming. Like, that reaction is totally... Oh, man.
You're serious?
I think Chuck
I walk
is
in here with
jealous
a multi-million
of his
dollar
brother's
class action lawsuit
success.
on a damn platinum platter?
A majority decision has been made by myself and the partners, all due respect to you, Chuck. We are not taking in any new associates into the firm.
Bullshit, new associates. Someone walks in with a case like this, you beg them to be partner. Tell me why. You didn't want me then, okay? You don't want me now? Explain it.
Howard, I don't know what to say.
I don't trust Chuck.
I'm very disappointed. I really think you should reconsider.
I'm sorry, but no. I think it's best if Jimmy takes the of-counsel fee. We could probably up it a bit.
The obvious thing, I don't want to pause during it, but the obvious thing goes back to that phone call and what was potentially said between Chuck and Hamlin, if it was that phone call between them. And sort of this whole thing here, this conversation, Chuck's reaction is staged. Because if this was my younger brother, I am fighting tooth and nail for his ass right here. I'm protecting his ass. I'm supporting my younger brother. It's blood in the end of the day, and I want my brother to succeed. But it seems like there's a little motive behind it. There's a grudge from Chuck as well, and obviously we know Howard. But I feel like in this case, I don't know if this is a good analogy, and if you guys will agree with me, Jimmy is Indiana Jones, okay? He's Indiana Jones. He does all the hard work. He finds the treasure just for the treasure to be nabbed by the bad guys who have just been following him the entire time. Indiana Jones does all the hard work. He finds everything. He solves all the puzzles, and then the bad guys just show up out of nowhere, capture his ass, and be like, "Oh, thank you. We've fallen upon this massive treasure." Jimmy's Indiana Jones.
Keep in mind, he will be well compensated in the back end. It's easy money, Jimmy. No reason not to take it.
Go to hell, Howard.
Shout
I'm
out
not giving you my case.
to Bob Odenkirk in
Tell
this
every one of
situation.
those clients what a lying, miserable pig fucker you are. I will burn the whole thing to the ground before I give it to you. What the hell just happened?
We had a home run, and then the ball was intercepted midair by something.
Hi. Was wondering if you had a moment?
Sure, just give me a second.
Fuck this guy, man. I can't stand him.
Talk about what happened today.
With Sandpiper Crossing, things didn't work out. It was unfortunate. It was a good case, but things happen.
I'm just trying to understand why. Jimmy found that case. He built it, did all of the legwork. The class action doesn't exist without him. He deserves a seat at the table.
Just like Indiana Jones, I said it. Did all the groundwork, did all the hard
The
work.
decision has been made, Kim, so thank you for your input.
But why?
The fact that Howard is willing to let a home run case like this go because of the grudge he holds against Jimmy tells you a lot about the man. He's a dickhead. I love this show.
The partners have made a decision, and the why is not your concern.
I think it is my concern.
And why is that?
Because he's my friend. And the way I see it, you're not treating him fairly.
My girl. My girl.
The way you see it. Want to know what I believe? I believe that you're way out of your depth in this matter. So, the next time that you want to come in here and tell me what I'm doing wrong, you are welcome to keep it to yourself. Because I don't care.
The level change in his voice right there was actually really good. Really great acting there.
Stop.
Hey, yo, Kim gotta be the smartest blonde on this planet.
Close the door.
Jimmy has Kim. Angel had Harmony. There's levels to this. Compare the two blondes. I love the meta. I love Harmony's heart. Like, she had a good heart. She worked hard.
Wait.
But like, come on.
It must be traffic. I wonder how this is supposed to work. I mean, who goes first? Do I hand over the pills first? Or do they give me the money and then I hand over the pills?
This episode is so
I
good.
mean, I guess it makes sense if we just exchanged at the same time, right? I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I suppose you could really overthink something like this. Yeah.
The camera work in this episode is textbook Breaking Bad universe. Like, I really wanted to commentate on it early on, but like, I feel like I'll just be reiterating and saying the same thing again. But there seems to be a recurring theme with sort of like the camera framing and the way the scene is structured. You know, you'll have like a medium close-up shot of a character, and then it'll cut away to like a medium long shot of the two in frame, and then it'll cut to like an extreme long shot, an extreme long wide shot of the vast area. And this is a very similar situation right here to the conversation Jimmy was having with Chuck at the beginning of the episode on the park bench across the road. And they use similar camera techniques, and it's effective. It's so good to watch, but the way it's edited, it transitions so seamlessly. Like, you can tell they pay attention to sort of like the continuity in characters' actions as well, whilst transitioning to the shots.
Here is what is going to happen. You're going to take the money. You're going to count it. It's all there. You hand them the pills. Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy. I think I gotta say it, I'm enjoying this show much more than Breaking Bad.
We needed 3 guys. I knew it. It's a 3-man job.
It's not a 3-man job. I've seen what this man's done to Chow. Ah. Hey, you know, I'm gonna insert a scene right now from a show I dearly love and I reacted to on the channel right now because it reminds me, every time I see Nacho, it reminds me of this person saying this. Cue it right now. I know it starts with an M, but it's just funny. And let me know if it's just hilarious.
Do you have the money?
He knows that man. He knows that man's just gonna hand that over. He's not gonna jip him. I love Nacho, man. He's got that presence on screen, and you just know.
Is it all there?
We're short $20. That's fine.
No, it's not.
Agreed amount or no deal.
Oh.
You serious? You saying I intentionally shorted you?
No. Mistakes happen.
You're really willing to blow up this deal over 20 bucks?
Are you?
Man, this show makes me want to earn Nacho's respect. I want to earn the man's respect. I love him. I don't know if that's good in the long run, but I'm saying it now.
It's all there. 80 milligram pills, still factory sealed.
I hope he cleaned the van from the blood of the two skater boys.
You can pay me now.
Huh? Oh.
That guy looking at that amount of cash and he's just blown away.
This 1,500, I'll just say, you're getting a bargain. I put in a lot of legwork before coming here. Now, that fella you just met with, name is Ignacio Varga. He runs with a connected crew of drug dealers. Now, this deal he's doing with you, he's doing outside his crew. He doesn't want his bosses to know. So it was in his best interest that things go very smoothly.
Wow.
Background work, baby.
The lesson is, if you're going to be a criminal, do your homework.
Wait, I'm not a bad guy.
I didn't say you're a bad guy. I said you're a criminal.
What's the difference?
I've known good criminals and bad cops, bad priests, honorable thieves. You can be on one side of the law or the other. But if you make a deal with somebody, you keep your word. You can go home today with your money and never do this again.
You're still a criminal.
But you took something that wasn't yours, and you sold it for a profit. You're now a criminal. Good one, bad one, that's up to you.
Jonathan Banks, man.
I can get more pills.
And I am sure that fellow will keep buying. Once you get us home, you can sleep on it before you decide.
See, Jack Sparrow is a criminal, but he's a good guy. I love the guy. I wanted to say, I said it before, like the reason I think I'm enjoying this show more than Breaking Bad, I think this season more than Breaking Bad season 1, I'd say. Obviously it wouldn't exist without the Breaking Bad show, but I think I'm enjoying it just because of the legal background I have and having worked in a law firm for 5 years. And listen, my legal knowledge is nothing. It's nothing at all. It's very, very base level. And it's not what I want to do, but it's the degree. It's one of the degrees I'm doing, but it's very base level. Like the knowledge is very little, but I think it's because I've got that little background of it and having worked in it and seeing the characters in it and being exposed to that environment and seeing the people, I guess, sometimes act similar ways in this show. I think that's why I'm enjoying it a bit more. And then it makes you root for, obviously, the characters in this show. Oh, brown paper bag, drinks. Down the sorrows.
Hey. You have to listen to me rant about what an absolute unwashed asshole your boss is.
Jimmy.
No, it's true. Don't deny it. He has reached a level of douchebaggery that will live on for generations, passed down by wind talkers and the like. He'd rather tank a multi-million-dollar case than work with me. That's sick. He has a sickness. Now, he hates me that much. I hate him more. What you drinking?
Jimmy.
Yeah, I want to grab him by that stupid knit tie of his and swing him around.
Thank
Turn
you.
Ham Lindigo
He said
blue.
the tie.
How about Ham Lindigo
I
blow
can't
me?
stand that tie.
I think you should take the deal.
What?
I think you should slow down and think about it.
It is very beneficial.
taking the deal really is the best thing for you. You'll find yourself a proper office, your office. You'll build your practice. You'll leave Hamlin and HHM behind.
I think I love Kim because she says it how it is. Like, she'll be the only person that's straight up honest to Jimmy right here. And yes, this deal and the money that comes obviously from like the 20 grand sort of starter package, and then obviously the 20% he will get in the future in the later down in a couple years once everything settles, or once the case closes, once the court gives an order. But it would be a great foundation to potentially build your practice off. You just got to suck it up for a little bit.
Be your own man.
What did Hamlin promise you? Please tell me he didn't buy you off cheap. Did he promise you the office I asked for? Or did he just swear never to move you back downstairs?
Take the deal.
She the one, man. She a keeper. Come on, look at the phone call history. Look at the phone call history, please.
Son of a bitch.
Unless Chuck deleted it, but... Is that USB-C? I feel like Saul's gonna be... Jimmy, sorry, is gonna be waiting in the wings here. Because he figured out. Yes!
Jimmy! And I have zero interest in working with Howard, so it's probably best that we keep to our separate sandboxes.
Wish it could have worked out.
Yeah. Imagine that, huh? Two McGill boys, side by side, storming the gates, righting wrongs, taking down the bad guys, and making a boatload of money to boot. That would have been great, right?
The very best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, Chuck. I can see right through
I'll
him.
keep on Howard. Won't badger him, but maybe I can gradually wear him down, you know, get him to come around.
Thanks. Wow, I'm so lucky to have you looking out for me.
I'll do what I can. I'm not promising anything.
I get it. It's a long shot. There is a way that you could get Howard to change his mind.
How?
Quit.
Jimmy, no.
It's perfect.
We've already been through all of this, all the reasons I'm never going to leave HHM.
No, but you don't have to really quit, okay? You just threaten to quit, right? You get in a game of chicken with Howard. He's got to blink or HHM goes under. It's a perfect plan.
Jimmy...
If that's what you want, you know, us working together, but you can make it happen easily. I mean, hey, that reception you got yesterday at HHM, how about that, right? The whole lobby of HHM applauding for you.
He knows he's going to say no.
Love you. Now, you threatened to pull out, Hamlin would be insane to screw with you. You've got the nuclear option. Launch the doomsday device. Game over if working with me is what you really want. Right, Chuck? You called him. You called Hamlin. I always turn my phone off before I put it in your mailbox. 2 nights ago, it was left on. Battery drained. I'm so damn sure that I turned it off, you know, because I always do. It's a habit, right? So it was nagging me. It was nagging me. So I called the phone company.
The Performance
Turns out
by Bob Odenkirk.
there was a deleted call at 2 a.m. when I was asleep right there. Boy, that phone, huh? Phone must have felt like a blowtorch in your ear. All that electricity, all those radio waves right up against the side of your head. My God. What was so important that you had to call Howard before our meeting? The only thing I can think, the only thing that makes sense is you told him not to hire me. It was always you, right? Right back to when I passed the bar and tried to join the firm. You didn't want me. Speak up. Tell me why. It's the least you can do for me now. I'm your brother. We're supposed to look out for each other. Why were you working against me, Chuck?
You're not a real lawyer.
There we go.
I'm what?
You're not a real lawyer.
Is he gonna say you're a criminal?
University of America's Samoa, for Christ's sake? An online course? What a joke. I worked my ass off to get where I am. And you take these shortcuts and you think suddenly you're my peer? You do what I do because you're funny and you can make people laugh? I committed my life to this. You don't slide into it like a cheap pair of slippers and then reap all the rewards.
I thought you were proud of me.
I was. When you straightened out and got a job in the mailroom, I was very proud.
So that's it then, right? Keep old Jimmy down in the mailroom because he's not good enough to be a lawyer.
I know you. I know what you were, what you are. People don't change. You're Slippin' Jimmy.
People change, motherfucker. Just
Slippin'
shut
Jimmy
the
I can
fuck
handle
up.
just fine, but Slippin' Jimmy with a law degree is like a chimp with a machine gun. The law is sacred. If you abuse that power, people get hurt. This is not a game. You have to know on some level, I know you know I'm right. You know I'm right.
I got you a 20-pound bag of ice and some bacon and some eggs and a couple of those steaks that you like. Some fuel canisters. It's enough for 3 or 4 days. After that, you're on your own. I am done.
Is he still taking the dildo, or he's done? He's
Jimmy.
out.
Jimmy. Jimmy, come back inside. Jimmy! Jimmy!
That was a fantastic episode. What does Chuck think, like, at the end there? Obviously, a massive ego hit, but like, I know people that have been to prison and changed their life for the better, who have done certain things in their life they regret, and obviously, to me, they treat me fantastic, and they're some of the nicest people I know, but they've changed their life around for the better. What's wrong with Jimmy changing his life for the better after all his antics earlier on? What's wrong with that? Like, so what? It's still a certificate that says he passed the bar exam. It's still a legal certificate. It holds up. It's certified. Why is Chuck so salty right here? It's like, because I feel like, you know what it feels like? It's like when people talk about, oh, it's like saying, oh, Sydney University is one of the best universities in Sydney. Your law degree is from Sydney University, but this other person's here is from Western Sydney University. But I'm going to hire the person from Sydney University because they got their degree from Sydney University. It's more prestigious. That's what I feel like Chuck was basically saying at the end there. That, oh, you went the easy way out. I don't know, work smart, not harder. But like, I get why his ego's hurt. Like, I get why, like, where he's coming from. He probably went to the most prestigious law school, passed the bar exam at the most prestigious law college and things like that. And obviously has been working at a prestigious law firm. And to see his brother take he's just not happy for his brother for changing his life around. I feel like Kim is like a little sister to Jimmy. And she treats Jimmy in a better way than Chuck does, in my opinion. But I feel like I already said what needed to be said in this episode, but it's fantastic. The twists and turns this show takes with the characters. And now is Saul, I keep saying, I need to learn to say Jimmy. Is Jimmy gonna sort of take the deal now after that outburst from, Chuck? After, you know, sort of, or was it like another power play by him to say he's going to take the deal to get Chuck to reveal what his real intentions were behind it, and to sort of like lead to that reveal about him knowing about the phone call. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. I love how we're sort of, you know, getting to know Mike. Not getting to know Mike, but I like how we saw sort of Mike's day-to-day activities as well this episode. Him interacting with Nacho, potentially leading. It's crazy how all the connective tissues are gonna sort of come together because Nacho's interacted with Jimmy, Jimmy's interacted with Mike, and then yeah, it's like everyone's sort of beginning to know each other, and the circle of friends, I say friends, circle of friends is coming closer together, but they don't know it yet. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out now, what Jimmy's going to do next. But yeah, love Kim yet again. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my reaction. As always, been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.